Hello. Let me just check. Okay, here we go. So my name is Bernd. I'm with Natech since 2 years, and today I don't want to talk about Natech. I want to talk about our newest project. And the newest project, what we did, is we started the latest or newest NEOBANK for Europe out of Greece. Second, I want to describe what kind of key learnings we took from it while we were building, because I think you can imagine not everything went as it was planned. And then I also want to show you what our 5 key success factors have been. Next, or after that, I would also describe why we think we would be a good partner, coming back to the lady before, because we also strongly believe in partnerships. And then also, of course, I want to tell you a little bit about ourselves, who Natech is and where we're coming from. So, what's Snappy? Snappy is the new NEOBANK out of Greece. It's the first mobile-only bank in Greece, and it has a full pan-European banking license. And that's the first banking license issued in 22 years in Greece. So you have a little bit of an experience or an idea how that went. We built it in record time, in 15 months. And that tool totally is cloud native. From a business model perspective, we are focusing on retail and SME, but we're starting with a retail piece. And we're aiming for 1 million clients in the first 12 months, or 1 year, together with our partner, and we will launch outside Greece in 6 other markets. Oops. Okay. So what are our key learnings? So one is licensing is complex. And it's complex irrespectively in which country you are. If you're in Moldova, if you're in Greece, if you're in Germany, I grew up in Germany and Switzerland. It's just like you have to plan for the worst and hope for the best kind of thing. And that's what we did in Snappy. So we consistently focused on a pan-European license. Second, one of our key learnings is the leadership team is key. It's not only key if you want to build a bank, also if you want to rob a bank, I would guess, because it's about the people you bring on board, and they need to communicate with each other, and they need to have the same goal and a vision to follow up on, and that's what we did. And to be very honest with you, even before we got the license, we exchanged or we changed the CEO. So we were very clear on the fact of we have to have the right people on board. And you have to manage the innovations quite carefully. So that means you need to focus on the target group, and you need to make sure that you reduce a complex product roadmap to a one product roadmap which you can handle. So for the launch, we will have main features like current accounts, payment cards, buy now, pay later, as well as loyalty. But you really need to drill it down and focus on just a few. If you want to shoot for the stars, better make sure you go to the moon first. Next up, you really have to be sure you take the right partners on board. Look, it's like dating, right? Like, it's not only about the looks, it's about the maturity, it's about like the people you're dealing with, and you need to trust each other. And I think that's something which is really important, because at the end, we are looking for long-term relationships. And at Snappy, we don't have many partners, we have some. One of them, obviously, is Natech, therefore I'm here. But that's one of our key rules as well. Talking about rules, an 80-20 rule is the best what you can do. Does anybody of you know how many updates Facebook does on a daily basis? So it's 100 approximately. I mean, that number for me was shocking. Being a German, you always want to have everything in plan and everything needs to work out like you planned, but it's not. So it's really about like, you need to be pragmatic and agile. And before we were also hearing about like being agile is something very important. And I can tell you, working for 2 years in a Greek company, agile maybe was invented in Moldova, but also in Greek, I can tell you, because we are really agile. So if I sum it up, licensing is complex, the leadership team is important, manage innovation carefully, focus on what you do, wisely choose the partner or the partners you want to spend your life with, kind of, and just don't go for perfection. Really be pragmatic. So out of those 5, let's say, key learnings, we defined 5 pillars of success or key success factors. 1, is the product development, which has to have a clear focus. What do I mean by that? So you have to have standardized products, irrespectively if you're going through various markets, but not 100%. I would say 70% standardized, 20 to 30% you need to customize or localize for the different markets. I think that's pretty important. Digital banking at its finest is a second pillar of success for us. What do I mean by this? You really have to have a slick onboarding process, because otherwise you lose a lot of applicants. And second, you really wisely have to choose the value-added services you bring to the table. Next one up is your system has to be very, very innovative from an operative perspective. So that means we are following up on a very clear co-development process or approach with our partners and clients. And second, it is you have to have the third-party connectivity, which is really working in an easy and in a slick way. Fourth is a scalable cloud architecture. So you really need to have an architecture which you can scale, for example, from retail to SME, because otherwise you're out of business. And last but not least, and that's what we did, you have to be 100% focused on a neobanking piece. And let me tell you this, we not only are a partner of Snappy, we are a majority stakeholder of Snappy. And that makes us, or puts us in a position where we need, and that's what a UK friend once told to me, we have to eat our own dog food. So what I mean by this is whatever we build, we need to make sure that that is working, because we have to consume it by ourselves. So why do I think that Natech is a good partner driving innovation? Based on the key learnings I showed you before, as well as the key success factors we took out of it. One is, we have a proven blueprint. So that blueprint is launching in Q1 next year. We are now on the family friends test, and it's really working out, as far as I can say. It's a mature product. Natech is over 20 years in the business, so we exactly know what we do. And we always and constantly, and that's my last point later on, focus on innovation. One other key point for myself, which I think we really differentiate from other partners or vendors, is we don't have hundreds of thousands of people. We really have experts we bring to the project who have been working together in the past. It's not number 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. It's really people who know each other and who can communicate in a very efficient and structured way. And last but not least, you continuously have to look at the innovation piece. And that also comes back to the point what I was mentioning before. What we build, we also have to consume it. So we make sure whatever we build for us or for partners is something where it's working. So who are the two main architects of Europe's newest neobank, which is called Snappy? So just a few KPIs again to Snappy. It's a bank which we built in 15 months. It's the first mobile bank or mobile first neobank platform in Greece. And we're aiming for 1 million clients on a yearly base. One is Piraeus. Piraeus is the other major stakeholder of Snappy. So it's the largest bank in Greece. If you look at the loans and deposit side, over 30%. It has 50 billion euros assets under management. And it's constantly more efficient and growing and being very successful. We all know the situation of the Greek banks in the past, but that really, really changed. And they choose us for various reasons to work together with them in a joint venture to create Snappy. And I just want to show you a little bit of what really Natech is. So as I was mentioning before, we are more than 20 years old. And what I think what's also important is we are a family business or family-owned business. We just closed our second funding round, and that changed a little bit, but this gives us really the room to grow. We are more than 170 people on board and different destinations. So I'm based in Switzerland. There are people in Portugal and in the UK. Of course, there's a lot of Greek people. Luckily, a lot of Greek people, they understand their business, and we also can leverage the cost structure of that country, which is really good for us. None of our clients so far left us as a partner. And when I'm talking about clients or customers, we have more than 50 customers so far in various countries, 10 actually. Mainly the clients are still in Greece, but that's why we're building up in different markets. We entered the Romanian market beginning of the year. Today we are here in Moldova because it's for us also a very interesting market with a different product suite we can offer. And then we have 10 partners because as the people before told you as well, besides agile, partnership is key. Partnership is key to grow. It's not only about resale, it's also about like teaming up and focusing on what you're good at. So this is Natech. This is Snappy, actually, and this is Natech with Piraeus. And we are more than happy. I'm here with my colleague Fanis, who has similar or same haircut than I have, but that's not a preliminary access to our company. It just turned out like. And talk to us, and we are more than happy to see what we can build together. Thank you very much.